Nidal Ramini is Head of Advocacy at Brown-Forman. Nidal, talk us through the process of creating perceived customer value, very briefly.
It's a good question, actually. I think what I was talking about in my presentation today was how you build a brand and how you separate yourself from your competition. And the 5 elements that we talked about was about being authentic, having the right tone of voice, was about being consistent, having your storytelling, and of course these tensions. I think all of those things put together is what's given us this great brand, and how we've created this value that consumers are happy to pay more for.
What do you think this industry, the gaming industry, can learn from Jack Daniels?
I mean, I think any industry, when you're looking at a brand like Jack, the 5 things I just talked about, I think that having a strong brand and showing consumers that you're more than just a product, but you actually have a thought process, you have a way of looking at the world, you have an outlook. I think if you take that into consideration, that is what we talk about meaningful distinction. How do you differentiate yourself from your competitors in an ownable and authentic way?
And what are the main pitfalls that the gaming industry should avoid?
It's the same. I think we have some similarities. Regulation. The alcohol business, beverage alcohol, we're a lot of self-regulation. I know that the gaming industry has that as well. Whenever we talk about anything, we talk about remembering that. How do you say this? A consumer will never ever have 100% loyalty with you. Someone who is loyal to your brand is very, very likely loyal to another one as well. So it's how do you keep them engaged and make sure that they are engaging with you as many times as possible through multiple touch points.
And what do you think Jack can learn from ICE and from the gaming industry?
I mean, your scale. I just think from a show like ICE, where you're bringing like-minded people together, you're engaging, you're educating, you're inspiring. I think that's very much a part of what we do, and also just in terms of bringing people together, building that community. We talk about knowledge sharing a lot with Jack Daniels. I think that's a big part of what's going on here today.
What's your overall impression of ICE London?
It's my first time here. When you walk in, it's incredibly impressive. But what it seems to me is that if you are in this industry, you have to be here. If you're networking, if you're looking at what's new, what are the new trends, if you want to do business, I think this is clearly the place to be. I actually spoke to a friend who's in this business. I just ran into him today, and he said, "Oh no, I have to be here. It's one of the most important weeks of the year." So congratulations to you guys. It looks like you've got everything sewn up.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.